Hello. Well, I am live, and it looks like we got one person here. How you doing? Just kind of got on. Yeah, Dakota, man, what's up, brother? Hey, man. I like I said, I got that one sample made for you, and then I'm trying to get to the other one, but I'm leaving for North Carolina, then Tennessee, then Georgia. Um, just finished a little video. Oh, cool. Um, I'm going to basically, North Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee, and I'm trying to get in on like a farmer's market up there, and I just had to absolutely make. I'm still having to make another, boy, probably another 100 of stuff, and it's just okay. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I'm really a man of my word, and I when I get on something, it's like if I can't get it when I said I could, it really screws with me, man. You know what I mean? Chris, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? So, might as well get on with the show since we got some people here. All right, so first off, we've got our housekeeping. Tonight, I am smoking my Savinelli Gator 614 green. They've got this in brown and red. Again, I've got a couple of green pipes. I don't know what it is with me and green pipes. I am drinking this mezcal, this Vita mezcal. This is extremely smoky. I don't know what it is with me and tequila this week, but it's been pairing up um, with the pipe tobacco really well, and I'm really impressed with it. And for whatever reason, I had a key lime tree in the back of my house. Pop off a couple key limes, slice them, put some of this tequila in a glass with some ice and a lime. It's absolutely perfect. All right. Let's see, we got pipe tobacco. Oh, we got the tobacco. So the tobacco I'm smoking tonight. I know in the ad for this, I had the Paladin pipe tobacco, the black cherry, but I'd put in an order. Didn't expect to get it today and got it from Pipe Smoking right before I started. So tonight I'm actually smoking Cornell and Deal Purple Cow, and this is very smoky. And that's another reason why I stayed with the tequila. This has got some Maduro cigar blend tobacco leaf in it, but I ended up getting the Purple Cow. I got the Briar Fox. I got Three Nuns. I got this because this was the preferred blend that J.R. Tolkien used to smoke. Yeah, man, absolutely, Chris. I got Eileen's Dream. I don't know why I picked that one. I had to get this. I just went off of freaking like a book in its cover. Got freaking Cop, a German blend. Red Dragon. Year of the Dragon. Freaking cool as shit. That's what everything came in right before I started this up. So I went with the Purple Cow. Also tonight, I've got my new flavor of Beard Balm. Yeah, man, it's awesome, Chris. So I got Old Man Copper's pipe. This smells like cherry pipe tobacco. Put that on your beard and mustache, and it's dynamite. What's kind of I'm always funny with dynamite. Someone gave me some shit like the first time I did this, did the live, and like I said, I must have said dynamite about 100 times, and everybody started giving me shit about saying dynamite. But I when I start these things, I get a bunch of testers. So there's a bunch of different fragrance oil companies, and if I can get the exact blend that I want, I get that. But then I can make the blends myself. I do some mixing, like Dakota. What I'm going to do for you, I'm mixing up some stuff for you that I've done. It smells really good. But I found this one fragrance oil from this place called Hive and Honey, and it's literally cherry pipe tobacco. And I got it, and it was it smelled really hard to explain, but it was like really Luxardo cherry with some tobacco notes and a little vanilla, and it was just like, man, that's exactly what I want. So I put it in this and once exclusively with that. And I guess I was a little disappointed, like when I open the can. When I open the can, I like it to have a really good smell on anything I give you. You know, I mean, it's got to have a good smell right when you open up. This one is subtle when you open the can up, but as soon as you break the seal and put it on your mustache or beard, dude, it is like I said, the throw when you open up the can. Yeah, man, it'll be perfect, Chris. Perfect for summer. But it's when you get it on the beard, man, this stuff smells so freaking good. Also wanted to talk a little bit about, I got this tamper as well. I like owls quite a bit. I don't know, something about the wisdom thing, man. So I got that. But you know, I carry. Hey, Bob, what's up, man? Thanks for coming. Oh man, I appreciate that, bro. Are you really getting some people smelling it? Every time I have mine on, I mean, of course I wear it every day. Someone says something, especially when I've got the flapjacks. People are like, man, I smell fucking pants. Excuse me, I'm trying to fix my mouth. But they're like, I can smell pancakes from a mile away. Well, I don't know what you. Is that all right? Chill time, man. What's up, brother? So I don't know about you guys, but I've been carrying a knife for for a better half of 20 years, and it's a fireman thing, you know, and it's mostly I carried folders for years because you always need a knife for something. It's one of the best. Yeah, the coffee bomb's freaking dynamite, man. But between the you always need something, a knife for something. So I was against fixed blades for a long time, just because I didn't want to get a pocket sheath and all this stuff. But then when I retired, I really started getting the fixed blades. So I thought one thing I want to start covering in these lives and in some of my videos is knives that I'm carrying. So the knife that I carry today is this. It's from Hobo Forge and Survival. The guy's a personal friend of mine. It's a small knife. It's a pocket puko. A puko is a Finnish design. Are you really? Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, Jason is a good friend of mine. I'm actually going. That's where I'm doing the blacksmith class this Saturday up with Jason. And you know, this is a nice Finnish design knife. Scandi grind, correct. 5650 steel. And Scandi grind. And Jason always kind of has them unfinished. But what I really like about this is we kind of have oh, you have a pocket forger. Yeah. Oh, chill. That's right. I have a forger as well. But what is really cool about this one, Jason has, we have a tribe. So he sells my blade balm with all of his knives. We've got a guy that makes my micarta, a guy that does the sheaths. So we've got this really kind of amalgamated group, and they came out with this knife, this puko, in October. And what is really neat, if you can see the micarta, we've got a guy that makes micarta, and it's really hard to see here, but the scales, the micarta scales on this are made out of Firefighter bunker gear. So the gentleman, Patrick from Woodcraft Designs, made this micarta and ended up putting it on this knife. So when I saw it was when it was bunker gear, I 100% had to have it. And so I grabbed that, and it is it's one of those knives I really like to carry around. I really need to put a tassel on it because it seats deep. Seats deep in the sheath, and I've just been lazy, to be honest with you, not putting that on there. I have them on all my knives, and I don't know what my deal is with this one. I mean, I tell you what, Chris, like I'm so pissed I couldn't make it to Muletown, and then I'm not going to be able to do Chicago this year either. But next year, both Muletown and Chicago, I'm going. And I'm going to get in touch with Briarworks over in Muletown, see if I can get a booth, see if I can sell some of my stuff. So that's pretty much our housekeeping. But one thing I was thinking about, like last week when I was talking with you fellas, we went over. There was a knife company. There was it really? I saw it. I was watching a lot of the videos. They said that the place was packed, like 500-600 people in that place. Sounded like it was crazy. But last week when I was talking about the origins, 740, whole shut. When I was talking about the origins of the wax and how that all started, I forgot to kind of mention where the name copper came from. And okay, it's a nice, very big place. Wow, I got to get up there. So copper came from back in 2018. I went through a pretty bad patch. I ended up. I won't go too much into it. Maybe one of these days I'll dig into it. But there's a rehab center in. What's up, Ronnie? There's a rehab center in Maryland that's just for firemen, and I got sent out to that. And it wasn't. I don't have a substance abuse problem or anything. I was in a pretty bad depression and PTSD from a couple of really gnarly calls, and it just kind of took me for a little bit. So I got sent out to this to the rehab center. I didn't enjoy it, but that's a whole other thing. But when I got out there, I got chumming up with all the guys there. They're all firemen, so it was really a good time. And everyone there, because I had red hair then, not I got barely any hair left, and it's barely red anymore. So everybody at the rehab place called me Copper, and I was just like, yeah, and that was probably about the best nickname that I had in years. And when I came back, I started going by that. Well, as much as I could, I didn't ever push it, but Copper was the nickname. So when I retired, I was an old man. So Old Man Copper. That's where the copper came from. So I put all together, was doing the mustache wax, of course, when I was around that same times when I started it, and the name hit me then. So that's pretty cool. Hey, Chris, and you do your live at what, 9 o'clock on Friday? Is that it? Thanks, Chris. So I went over the copper origin. So what? Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure. And then I know that Dakota, you do your after party at what, 9 o'clock on Saturday? I want to make those things. I don't think I'm going to be able to make this week because I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be going to. I'm leaving 3 in the morning, I guess Friday morning, or you want to call that Thursday night, but Friday morning to go to that to get to North Carolina, hopefully in 12 hours, by the afternoon, because that following, this Saturday I do that blacksmith class, and I want to get there a day early, and so I might just be cooked and be in bed by that time because the old man needs some rest. Well, we got that the class there on Saturday, and then I'm staying for another day. I'm staying with a guy up there. He's a special forces, actually a Delta guy, and booked out staying in those. We are going to be doing shooting all day on Sunday at his own range. He's got a range at his house, and we're going to sit there and shoot all day Sunday. So I'm going to do blacksmith Saturday, range shooting on with some good instruction from a fella on Sunday. Then Monday morning, I'm heading over to Tennessee to see a buddy of mine in Tellico Plains, Tennessee. Going to scout some property. I think I told you guys about this a few weeks ago. Then I'm going to head down to Georgia after that and hang out and probably party for a few days and see if I can get that farmer's market going. And then head home back here to Clearwater. So I'm pretty stoked about all that. But kind of true to form here, we're not going to talk about Vinny's vagina this week. But I do have another call that was kind of gnarly. And I figured it'd be, I kind of like this, the flow of this has happened organically as far as we do the hey, what's up? Here's all the housekeeping, maybe some origins of something. And then we get into a fire call. And then I'll dip into after that, just about some future content that I got coming out. But so this other call that I had, and I've got freaking hundreds of them, but I was where the station that I spent most of my time at was station 48. Of course, I was on the ladder truck, ladder 48, and our station skirt bays open up to, a 5-lane road, and a lot of that road has trees in the middle between the lanes. So about 2 a.m, we get called out, we get banged out for a car crash. And we get the address, and you can see by the 100 blocks that it's really about a city block away from the station. So we're like, oh shit, here we go. Here we got to get something going. So we get on scene, and there's like a 1970s van, like a conversion van, kind of that's like flat up front, that has the engine mounted back, and you can see like the doghouse in the middle of the you got the 2 seats, the van, and the doghouse of the engine is between the 2 seats. So we get there, and we go running up. I'm with the lieutenant, and the lieutenant comes up to the window, and he flashes, and this truck or this van had lost control, went off the road and hit a tree head on, basically. And the thing was pretty much wrapped around a tree, but from the front. I mean, it was like hugging the tree, and then it pushed the engine back a little bit. So of course the windows are cracked and open, and we flash a flashlight into the thing, and there's this woman, and stage 4 PAD, no cure discovered yet. We flash in, and there's this woman in there, and she's like, "Woo, what's up, boys? I love firemen." And we're like, "Holy crap, freaking!" She loves firemen. And we're like, "Oh, you can just smell. She's freaking. Oh no, someone's. Oh man, that sucks. Someone's sick." All right. Sorry to hear that, man. But okay. Well, we get okay, thank God. I'm catching just some of this, trying to speak and catch some of this. I'm like, oh crap. And I felt terrible. So we're sitting there, I hear you. So the lady's she's just shit faced, and she's like, "Whoa, I love firemen." And we're like, and you can just smell the stuff, the alcohol coming off of her. So my lieutenant looks at me and says, "Yeah, we've got it. We're gonna have to cut her out of this car because the doors were jammed and bent." And so we end up, "What's up, Lukester?" So we end up coming in. We grab the jaws of life, of course, a cutter and a spreader, some ram tools and things like that, and we're kind of working it out. We're slowly working it. And she didn't even seem like she was in any pain. So we're like, "All right, cool, man. We'll get all over this." And so we finally get to the point we get the door off, and we did have the scene pretty well lit, but the way that she was in that the cab of the van, there was portions of her body you just really couldn't see. So we go to grab her and take her out. We got a neck collar on her, and we're getting ready to work her out. And up until that point, she was actually in a good mood. So we end up going to grab her, and we're not yanking her out, but we're working her out. And then she starts screaming. She's like, "Oh my God!" She's screaming, and we're like, "What is going on?" So my lieutenant kind of crawls over the back of the seat and looks down. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with, like, back in the day, a lot of those vans had this like plastic, really stiff plastic covering over the dog houses. And what had happened was the way that the truck hit, that stiff plastic covering on the doghouse of the engine broke off some way, got into her stomach, and sliced her stomach wide open, and she was eviscerated. So she had just all of her guts just all hanging out. And so we're sitting there and we're like, and she's screaming and yelling. We're like, holy crap. So yeah, yep, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're like, basically the way that the van, that plastic had kind of crushed and come out, it was jagged, man. It wasn't serrated, but jagged. And so every time we try to kind of figure out how we're going to take that stuff out of her, we're like, yeah, that's not happening. So we ended up having to trim, get like some tin snips or whatever, and trim a large piece of that doghouse out. So when we took her out, we could leave that in her as we got her out. Because if we would have tried, I mean, of course, that's the first rule. You don't remove impaled objects. But we were wondering when we were getting into it if it was just kind of going to fall out because of the way it sliced her open. But we just ended up cutting around it, taking her out, and it was no bueno. And got her on the gurney and pretty much wrapped that large piece of that plastic cowling around her so we could marry it to her. So at least when we moved her, it wasn't going to be, moving all over the place. So that's a lot of, you talk about like impaled objects, you see those, all the first aid training, you get stuff in the eye, stuff in the arm. It was not good. So we ended up, like I said, getting her in there, and we got her down to the hospital. Of course, we don't transport, but we followed down because we've got a private ambulance company that transports, and one of our lieutenants jumped in, and so we followed down to the hospital, to the trauma ward, picked him up, and then found out a couple days later that she made it, but it was just not a really, really good thing, So it was a gnarly call, absolutely gnarly. But it wasn't until that we got her moving, she was so shit faced, she didn't even know what the hell happened to her. So it was pretty fun until then, And I tell you, man, I can't tell you how many calls, at least like accident calls, that I've been on where the car is completely mangled, and you get your head in there, and the person comes out, and I mean, they're not fine, but they're fine. They're going to be all right. And then I've had other accidents where it look like a minor fender bender. I mean, they've got some damage, maybe $1,000 worth of damage with these prices, and they're just screwed up, and they're just broken. And you're like, man, it's no rhyme or reason to it at all. And it is what it is. Hey, Chris, did you make it to Muletown, Chris? What's up? Yeah, isn't it weird? It's so weird. Unfortunately, not okay. Yeah, man, it's like I feel like when they're drunk, they're just like relaxed, and there's no, they don't even see it coming, so they don't even tense up, and their body just kind of molds to what's going on. So I'm moving pretty quick here tonight. So we got the story out of the way, and all right. So I've got some questions for you. Actually, question. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. Um, I hear you, man. Um, so my channel here on YouTube, of course, I've got my pipe component to it, but it's never, it's never truly been solid pipe, and I don't, that's not that's by design, and that's the way I like it. But since I've been getting into this community and running into you guys and just seeing just such a just a fantastic group of people, man, and I couldn't be happier to be around you guys. Um, so I think what I might start doing pretty soon is some pipe content. And I don't know if I talked about this last week, but I don't think, like, I used to do. I think I mentioned this, but I used to do wine tastings. I used to do um, bourbon tastings. I've done a ton of bourbon tastings, ton of wine tastings, but I've hosted a bunch of bourbon tastings, and so I've always really enjoyed that. The pipe community is incredible, um, but I've always really enjoyed um, the palate and trying to figure out what flavors you're getting out of what. And so recently, I've started to dig into how to taste pipe tobacco, when by smoking it. And I know I mentioned a little bit last week about smoking cold and everything, and not letting things get too hot. But I've dug in, and what's up, Dave? No biggie, buddy. You forgot, man. You're not allowed anymore, man. You can't come in. Sorry, see you. But I I've been digging in and trying to figure out the best ways to actually do it, like a step by step um, procedure on how to, and this is just so far what I've kind of come up with. Of course, you open the can, you got your tin or your can, and open it up, get your nose in and smell it while it's in the tin. Next up, of course, pack your bowl, light it, do your first light, get a little ash cap on it, and then go through, get it moving, make sure your bowl's not hot. And I'm really going to dig in, and I'm doing this and talking about this now to see if what you guys know about the actual procedure with stuff, smoke, repeat. That's the best way. Okay. Stuff, smoke, repeat. Like, is there a specific? This is the worst freaking lighter for this. I lost my lighter, my good lighter. But do you blow out? Don't ask me. I'm an animal. I think I'm gonna do some research and see what I can do about putting a step by step thing together to really figure out how to do that. Okay. Yeah, Mike, you got to start getting. You don't have to, but pipes are. I've been a cigar guy too, but I went from cigars into pipes, and I actually like pipes better. I've mentioned, yeah, yeah, Bob. I think I'm going to give it a shot, and I've got to. I'm going to be out of town for the next week, but I'm going to continue to do some research. I've got some stuff I've read and looked into where you get a big bunch of smoke in your mouth, and then almost chew it like a chew with tobacco, and then blow it out of your nose while you've got a big mouthful of smoke, some cooler smoke, and you should be able to push your tongue. Your palate will be affected by what you eat and drink for a while. Okay. And with pipes for quite a while, palate continues to develop. Okay. Yeah, there's got to be, because when you look at bourbon or any wine, there's a whole procedure, or at least, and dude, I'm sure there's no hard and fast rules. I'm sure everybody's got a way that they can do it. And I want to just start getting into that and then get into working, just some basic things about, types of what each different leaf brings to the table, which leaf is going to give you the better, what you can pair with what. But I think it's going to start out basic. I know there's a lot of videos that are straight up on, what's Latakia or what's Virginia, what's Burley, all that stuff. But I might do some small videos on that. But I want to couple those with continuing with the wisdom stuff that I do, because really, smoking bowl number 6 for the day right now, probably. Yeah. I want to definitely continue with the wisdom and everything, and that's what I really enjoy talking about. But you guys have just completely got me thinking about how to taste the pipe tobacco, and it's going to be a good time. So I'm gonna work that and try to figure it out. But Chris, do you actually? That's what do you have a procedure? I'd love to maybe sometime get you on the phone or text back and forth or DM back and forth about what your procedure is, and just start putting stuff together, because there's a lot of videos on YouTube that you look and they're like, okay, how to taste this, how to taste that, and then you get into it. No offense to the guys, okay. But I get into the videos and like I said, no offense to the guys who are putting the videos out, man. I have respect for anybody who puts themselves out there. But they don't really address the how. They address a lot of the flavors that they're tasting. They address what a certain leaf might bring to the palate. But as far as like the actual way that anyone comes up with how to taste it, it's interesting, and I think, like I mentioned it last week, in the little bit I've been tasting now, the only thing I've come up with, of course, has been some readiness, pepper, and some citrus. And I think that's what brought me into drinking more of the tequila, was some of that citrus and some smokiness that comes out of this mezcal that I got. You guys do this stuff, this Vita, man. I think it's like $20. It is really, really good. I mean, I just drink it on the rocks with a lime in it. Man, it is smoky. Pairs really well with the tobacco that I got tonight, and I'm enjoying it. What we got? We talking? Okay, we can definitely, we'll get together and probably sometime. I said I think I'm going to be pretty booked up. Of course, my 2 pennies, I've lived in the wine and bourbon world. The unique thing about pipe smoking is that there's no way to enjoy it. There's no specific way. I like that, and I've noticed that. What's up, Cigar? How you doing, brother? Man, that's nice of you to show up. What happened? Where'd everybody go? Hello? What's up, Phil? So that's a lot of the pipe smoking, some pipe content is what I really want to kind of come up with in the next few months. But I think what I might do is, have a series on some pipe stuff and still continue to do, some of my deep thoughts with Old Man Copper, and continue to do that. And hey, did you guys get a chance, Dakota, did you meet Porch Piper Tom when you were in up at Muletown? Thanks, Chris. I enjoy it, man. That guy, Tom, seems like I watched the interview that uh, I watched the interview that Parsimonious Piper had with him, and man, that whole and Parsimonious does such an incredible job on his things with his interviews, and but you know, Tom himself is just a hell of a guy, man. I really enjoy it. Hey, what? You guys see Luke Fay right there? Okay, so Luke Fay, say hello to my boy. He and I went to the fire academy together, and we've been buddies for a good 25 years, man. Yeah, I like Ethan a lot. I like his content a lot. Um, yep, Luke is coming on in, man. How you doing, buddy? And Luke's actually, when I'm talking about going to Georgia, Luke's meeting me up in Georgia. You know, after I do my run from North Carolina to Tennessee. Gnarly bones in the mail. Oh, actually, I wanted to ask you. You know, I've been talking to you guys know Grant Batson from Batson Made Pipes. He was at Grant Batson was at Muletown, and I've been talking with him a little bit. Dude, I like and I actually sent Grant some beard balm, and he really liked it. And we've been kind of corresponding since then. And is he seems like a nice guy, man. I mean, we talked. When you guys had that when he had that storm up there, he gave me a call and we were talking a little bit. He was fighting that storm up in Tennessee. And what a really nice guy. But I'm going to order. I'm going to get a pipe from him, but see if we can get something kind of fire related. And but man, his pipes are rightfully so. They're extremely, you know, they're pricey, man. But you know, like the guy, so why not? So what is the next big pipe show is Chicago, and that's what in a couple of months. I'm gonna have to pack another. Check out my guy Steven Dottle on Briar too. Okay. Is anybody go to that the Chicago's the end of April? Okay. I've actually got the Georgia Bushcraft at the end of April. Actually, no, the 16th to the 20th. And I got a booth up there, and then I'll have to come back for a few weeks. So I won't be able to make Chicago. Are you guys familiar with? I was just looking at shows today. You guys looked at the show in Richmond, Virginia on September 19th? Anybody going to go to that one? Pack another bowl. Why not? Be right back. All right, Cap. So Luke Fay, what you up to, buddy? Getting ready for our trip? Is he even here? What's up, you son of a bitch? Love with the fall sports season for my kids. Yeah, you got to do family first. Great, yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm retired, and my daughter's my daughter's in school. I've got my nephew. He's like my son. He's working full time, but he's got a child now, so he's I don't have to worry about him very much. So I'm not married or with any kind of significant other, so I don't have to. I can jump around anywhere, but it's like I need to start doing some more some of these farmers markets and get out there and sell some stuff. Oh shit! You guys, oh crap. All right, we're still there. Almost knocked you guys out. So I guess, man, did I run out of things to talk about? We had the big freaking talk last week with Vinny and Vinny's vagina last week, and that's always a long story. Things did not go so long this week. What's up, Darren? How you doing, brother? Yeah, that story's nuts, isn't it, man? That story is absolutely crazy. That one will you can't make that shit up. What's up, Ronnie? Oh, that's all right, man. Better late than never. It's actually ended up being a short one. I'm just kind of rambling now. I got through just about everything that I wanted to get through, and I'm trying to get these keep these at about an hour. And as of right now, we're at 41 minutes, and I'm kind of, man, I like talking to you guys. This is a good time, so I'm not going to cut it short, but I'm trying to get these to consistently be an hour and then be done with it, you know. That sounds a bad way, but you know, to get through it. And I need to watch your Dakota's time change kept me out. I need to go to watch Dakota's pipe what a podcast. I really want to watch that, man. So hey, if you do the after party, Dakota, at 9 o'clock or 9:15 on Saturday, what time does the podcast start? If you don't mind, I can let everybody know now. It's got to start early, and then is it on Spotify or is it actually on YouTube? I guess I can get. I didn't know the gist of it. I knew you were doing it, but I didn't know exactly when and where. And it's a good time to ask since I got you here. The podcast is uploaded on Sunday. I see. Okay, I got you. It's not a live. You do the podcast. Spotify and Apple. Okay, fair enough. Thought about doing a podcast, but I just don't know what to. Hey, did you guys? Hey, in Muletown, did you talk to Dry Creek Wrangler? Anybody talk to Dry Creek Dwayne? That guy, the Dry Creek Wrangler. You did? Oh man, that guy is like, he's my hero, man. And we're the same age, but did you? Is he, how tall is he? Is he like, I'm about 5'9", so I'm not a real tall guy. Is he tall? Seems like a nice fellow. He's been through it. I would absolutely love to have a chat with Dwayne. Hey, Darren, we should do a podcast. For y'all that don't know Darren, Cook's Catapults. I could watch your stuff all day, man. It's informative, lighthearted, entertaining, and I really enjoy all of your stuff, Darren. And Darren, hey Darren, how far is Athens from Ellijay, Georgia? Leaf, what's up, buddy? So I'm thinking about Luke Fay and I are going to be in Ellijay. Luke, what are we there? The 20th? Are we there on the 20th? and then we're there. I don't remember our dates on that, Luke. Or was it the 17th? We're like we're meeting on St. Patty's Day. I can't freaking remember. I got to look at all that stuff, and I'll get in touch with you guys and figure it out. Hey, thanks, Leaf. You've always been. Your comments are really appreciated, brother. And that's something I'm thinking about. You got to jump out, but I get really, really nice, deep comments on my channel, and I was thinking about addressing some of those comments, but I wanted to ask permission to everybody also before I do that. See you, Leaf. Cigar, I actually think I started following you this week. William Cochran. No, I don't know. I don't know that name. Is there why would I, is he a fireman or something, or does he do something around yeah, I saw that cigar. That was sweet, man. I appreciate it. Okay. Thanks, Leaf. So Ronnie, I'm gonna be in Voss. I'm heading up there on Friday, and this Friday, and then I'm taking the blacksmith class with Jason all day Saturday, and then I'm staying up there with a friend, and so Sunday I'll be in Voss. Sunday I'm going to be shooting all day with a friend of mine. He's got a range at his place, so we're going to be just having a good time shooting guns and having, doing whatever. So I'll be leaving that area, the White Pines, Fort Bragg, Voss area, probably Monday morning, maybe around 7 or 8 in the morning. I got a 6-hour drive to Tellico, Tennessee, Tellico Plains, and so I'll be heading that way, and then after I'm done. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that, man. I say I get really good, and when it comes to the comments on my videos, I realize that honestly, it's public. I realize you put them, people put them out there, and but I don't want to automatically assume that it's okay for me to just pick it up and start speaking. I mean, I was gonna Liam's Hoffman, okay. Oh man, I love axes. I just don't want to assume, I was gonna speak with those comments and keep them anonymous, but I don't like to sit there, and again, like I said, people put them, they are out um, for public to see, but I still don't. I like to be respectful and have the boundaries and everything. I tell you what axe I really have to have, or a tomahawk. I really got to have a Winkler tomahawk. I have to, with the spike top. I have to have one of those, and I've been kind of holding off. That the only reason why I've held off on buying those, so I want two, unfortunately, but one will have to do. But the only reason why I've held off is what am I going to use it for? I mean, it's pretty. It's going to be nice, nice wall art, but I like to have something that's actually functional that I can use to spend that kind of money. Damn, dude, I'm freaking nailing this stuff. Zombies. That's right. This is great, man. Hey Phil, you're asking about William Cochran. Is he in the area up to where I'm going or anything? I work with him at a fireman company, and he used to be a firefighter in Ellijay. Yeah, I don't know any of the firefighters in Ellijay. I'm a retired fireman from Clearwater, Florida. Oddly enough, I actually, what was about a year ago, the fire chief for Ellijay was open, and I put in to see if I could get the fire chief Ellijay Fire Department, and let's just say I didn't hear anything back. So they, I probably shot in the dark, but I thought it'd be fun. They've got, he used to live there, but he passed. Oh man, okay. Do you know how he passed, brother? Seems there's a statistic that that was presented to me about halfway through my career, and it was the average age of a firefighter when they die is 58. And I'm like sitting there going, "Oh my God, you got to be kidding me!" I'm 56. I hopefully I'm going to beat that average. But yeah, well, that's a fire. I should tell you a story. I'll tell you a story about a fire I had in a couple of weeks or something. It was actually the place was called Aerosonics, and they made yeah, man, they made Black Hawk helicopter parts, and they made missile components or missile parts. And when I'll tell you about it, but that was a fire that I was at for about 10 hours, and we had about 80 guys on that thing. And I'm sure that did not do good for. Um, oh, it's not, brother. Thank you so much, cigar. But you know, it's a labor of love, brothers. Yeah, man. The difference between the legacy and the modern furniture. I tell you, that was crazy when I did that class for the ATF class in Maryland. And we, I mentioned that we've done that. We do a lot of that studying about fire tactics and fire behavior. Um, even prior to going to that class, but you get up there in that class and it's a whole nother thing, man. But all the stuff, all the veneer, all the, you've got press board, everything's put together and then glued, and that glue is flammable, and everything is funny is it doesn't burn hotter, but it burns faster. And if like the study showed it right there. I mean, you've got flashover is of course 1200 degrees. And when you get to 1200 degrees, the fire or the smoke itself explodes into flames, and that's flashover. And if you've got, you got the legacy for the modern furniture will reach that. Okay, 2 hours to LJ. Okay. But the modern furniture will reach that flashover in 3 to 5 minutes. So, if you've got a bunch of rooms to go furniture in your house and that stuff goes up, you're kind of screwed, man. Well, here's the bottom line, brothers. If you're in your house and it gets fire, and you don't think you can get out, number one, don't push it to get out. What I would highly recommend is as long as you tell your family, shut the door, shut their doors to their rooms. That's going to limit the fire. It's actually because when you've got the door open, it creates, and if you got a window open and a door open, it creates a flow path right to your room. So if you can actually interrupt that flow path with a door, you can survive another 10 minutes. Well, it depends on the intensity of the fire, but if it's in one part of the house, maybe the living room and your bedroom is down the hall, but let's say you can't get out, shut your door, go to the window, open it, try to crawl out the window. If you're on the second floor, the firemen should be there. At least around here, we've got a 4 to 7 minute response time. When we get there, let us know you're there, and we'll pick you. We'll get you. Smyrna? Okay. Man, I haven't been over Smyrna. Well, there's New Smyrna. Oh man. Yep. 100%. It will save your life. Well, boys, it's looking like I've got about 55 minutes. Feel like I'm rambling. Really told my stories a little faster than I wanted to tonight, but that's totally cool, man. That's what this is all about, man. There's no script, there's no right or wrong answer here. This is all about having a good time, getting to see you guys. Have a good one, Ron Miller. So I'm actually gonna cut off myself, boys. Again, we're at the 55-minute mark. I think it's a good time to tap out. I really appreciate you. I am not sure if I will be doing a live next Wednesday because, again, I will not be. I won't be here. I won't be in town. But I will have my computer with me. Next Wednesday is Tuesday's St. Patty's Day. But hey, man, thanks, Lukester. Ronnie, have a good one, brothers. And I will see you guys. And but I'll definitely have some. I'll be putting out some posts over the next couple days. I'm probably going to film a lot of content when I'm doing the blacksmithing, and we'll go from there. But boys, I love y'all. Thank you so much, Luke Fay. Glad you came on. Chris, Dakota, Ronnie, Cigar, Leaf was here. Everybody, man, love y'all, man. I'm humbled, man. This has been so much fun. So you guys have a great night, and I'll keep you posted on everything. Enjoy your time, and see you. Loved it, Darren.